Chapter 6, The Art of Dying. Everything up until this point in the program has been about building your power and being selfish and, putting yourself first to achieve your goals and cutting your ties with people that are going to, bring you down. But what I need to share with you guys before I end the program, the final step in building your power, is the art of dying, right? Initially, you have to jumpstart yourself by becoming more selfish than you've ever been, becoming more determined than you've ever been, becoming more hungry than you've ever been to get the ball rolling and really start working rapidly towards your goals to make up for lost time. However, there's going to come a point where you're going to have to drop the power-hungry mentality. And once you've reached a certain point and you have enough of what you need and the ball is rolling in the right direction and things are starting to go good for you, you have to let go of the lust for power. Now, you can still stay determined, you can still stay hungry to a degree to chase what you want, but you can't let that lust for power and that lust for monetary gain and that lust for success consume you, because whatever you feel, that's what you are in all aspects of your life. If you're a person who lusts for money and power, you're going to lust for sex. You're going to lust for drugs and alcohol. You're going to lust for junk food. Whatever you feel, you are in all aspects of your life. So initially, it is good to get you jump-started in the right process as far as going after what you want. But you're going to reach a point where you're going to reach sort of a fork in the road where you're either going to choose for the rest of your life to continue going down the lust and power and success path, or you're going to have to let some of it go and focus more on a self-love and knowledge and giving back towards, society and the people around you. Because when you give love to others, you're giving love to yourself, right? When you chase lust and power, you also chase certain poisons that are going to hurt you at the same time. If you hate someone, you hate yourself too, because all your subconscious mind understands is that you are feeling hatred, right? If someone really ripped me off and I decide to hate them forever, and all I think about is the hatred that I have for them, I'm eventually going to hate myself at the same time. So while these feelings are useful in certain situations and when you're at certain points in your life, there will come a point where you have to sort of flip it off like a light switch. Now, there may come times in the future where you have to flip it back on again. But if you leave something on for too long, if you leave the mask on for too long, you eventually become the mask. Now, I'm not saying, chasing power and success is a mask. But if you get locked in that mentality for so long and you forget why you were doing it, it will start to consume you, and you'll start to chase power you don't even need anymore. You have so many millionaires and billionaires that they stopped needing the money a long time ago. They don't need to rip people off. They don't need to stomp and conquer. They have more than enough, but you get so locked into that mentality, you get so addicted that you can't turn it off. There's going to come a point where you need to slow down and start focusing on, the bigger picture and what actually makes you feel good and what makes you feel, at peace. At the end of the day, you want peace of mind. Although chasing power is a necessary step in this matrix we live in, the end goal is peace of mind. I'm not going to say true happiness, because the circumstances we live in make it very difficult to achieve true happiness, but we'll go with peace of mind is the end goal. So you may even have mentors. I have people I've worked with and I have people that I looked up to that I see are just stuck in the power and consumption state. And although that's an effective mentality to have, and it will create a lot of power for you, if you just keep at it, it's like driving a car at the rev line all the time, that fucking engine is gonna explode. Eventually, you have to slow it down. You know, if you're just full speed ahead, full throttle all the time, eventually you're gonna implode. You know, you're gonna have an explosion from within. It's not natural to stay in that state all the time. That part of you has to die to a degree. In order for one door to open, another door has to close. In order for the door of true peace to open, you do have to close the door of complete consumption, complete chasing, complete lust for success, complete lust for money and power, complete lust for women, you know, complete lust for sex and junk food. You do have to close that door if you do want true peace. Now, everything I've said in the program up until this point are the things you need to do to set up the foundation. But eventually, you know, it's like the singer, it's like the I believe the jazz singer Miles Davis said. He said, I went to school to learn music. You know, I learned all the notes, I mastered all the songs, but then I just forgot about all that shit and I started to play, right? That's where you want to end up. You know, you build the foundation, you build the money, you know, you build the power for yourself so that you're set for the rest of your life. But eventually, you want to forget about all that shit and actually start living, right? That's the ultimate end goal. So don't make chasing power and money and status and women, don't make chasing power just for the sake of power your mission, right? Your mission is, at the end of the day, peace and, dare I say, happiness. So understand that these are stepping stones, these are tools, and you're going to have to eventually kill that part of you and enjoy the spoils of your efforts. You know, enjoy the prize, enjoy the, you know, the resources, the gains that you've created from chasing power. But you're going to have to let go of the power chasing mentality once you've achieved that, because it no longer serves you, and it can consume you if you just become addicted to more. You do have to let go at a certain point. That part of you does have to die, you know. And that's where I am, you know, that's where I am right now. And it's tricky because, you know, we live in a matrix where you wouldn't have really ever had to chase power. I mean, like originally, if we weren't in the matrix, right, if we were back in the caveman days, you wouldn't really have to do any of this. So all of this, to a degree, is unnatural, but it is what we have to do to get where we want to go. But once you start going in the direction you want to go, of course, you keep pursuing your dreams, but you turn off that initial power-hungry mentality. And you take things a little bit slower and you focus more on your peace and your health and your well-being, because, like I said, that is the end goal. So that's the art of dying, you know, the art of killing that power-hungry monster you created to get the ball rolling and achieve and chase those goals, but understanding that that is not the final destination. That is only the jumpstart you need to start going in the right direction. Now, you still maintain your power from within. You still view yourself as as a god, essentially. But the chase, the hunger, has to subside. You still respect yourself and treat yourself and feed yourself like a god, and make sure that you are in tip-top shape, you know, physically, spiritually, mentally. But that initial lust, that initial chasing does have to subside if you want to achieve true peace. And you do want to focus on building a healthy ecosystem of people around you once you have taken care of yourself. Once you've sort of fed yourself, you do start to gain pleasure from giving back and feeding the people around you and helping the people around you. And that's the highest level of consciousness, is not only helping yourself through selfishness, but now spreading that success and that wealth and that knowledge with everyone around you. And now you truly feel fulfilled on a deeper level that you never have before. So it's essentially killing the selfish, you know, greedy monster inside you that was beneficial up until a certain point, and replacing it with a more loving, peaceful, selfless sort of mentality. Now, it's not becoming completely selfless. It's not becoming Mother Teresa and giving away all your resources and tangibles. And it's just finding a sort of middle ground where you can give back to a degree and still enjoy what you've earned, without becoming a total, power hungry monster. But yeah, that's the art of dying.